These are things that are not normal in healthy friendships. While you listen to this, you're like, oh my god, that's all my friends. They're not your real friends. Do you feel like you're always there for them and you're always like a shoulder to cry on? They come to you for everything and you're always there whenever you need them, which isn't that often. They're never there. They're busy. They're distant. They're not giving you proper responses. Fake as fuck. Healthy friendships are a mutual give and take. If they continuously hang out with people who have hurt you or fucked you over, those are not your real friends. What business does your friend have hanging out with your ex who cheated on you? What business does your friend have hanging out with the girl who fucked the guy you like? Doesn't make sense. After hanging out with your friends, if you feel like absolute fucking shit about yourself, not normal. In healthy friendships, you leave feeling good about yourself. If you're questioning your worth, feeling like shit, insecure as fuck, upset after leaving a friendship hangout, fuck that, get away.
Y'all pay attention to your friends who are low-key haters. And I know I'm not the only person who have experienced this because I've spoken to other people and I've had to create a lot of distance from people who have been decently close to me because I just start to peep. Like, you're actually a low-key hater. You know the friends that like will put you down in front of other people? And I just started to realize it's like, yo, like, are you in a competition with me? Like, some of your friends are low-key in competitions with you, and that's not how friendship works. Like, that's kind of whack. Like, yo, as a person, as your friend, like, I am here for everything that you want to do, everything that you want to try or do. Like, yo, listen, more for you. Like, power to you. I love to see it. But they always talk about how the bad mind are so close to you, and some people think all your haters are people outside that don't really know you. It be the people that are close to you, know. And it doesn't mean that you can't be friends anymore. You just gotta create distance. You gotta have the proper eye to be like, certain people you don't crack to. Certain people can't have access to you in the way that they once used to because you're actually generally not happy for me. Like, you're happy sometimes, but there's other times where you're like, if I'm not better than you, then I gotta hate. And men, I do that in friendship. We don't do that in friendship. In 2023, y'all need to start peeping that and leaving those friends at a distance. It's a real thing out there. Hater friends are a real thing. And don't be a hater friend. It's giving me ick.
Want to know how you can tell if somebody's truly your friend or not? Start doing these two things. If a friend purposely hurts your feelings and you tell them and they do not take any accountability for their actions, they try to flip the script and make it seem like it's your fault. That's not the vibe. People are gonna make mistakes in friendships and relationships, like that's normal. But for me, it's the accountability. If you cannot take accountability for anything you do and you just flipping everything, so it's my fault and you perfect and you this big old angel. You hear my house? Yeah. So just not the vibe. Another thing how you could tell somebody's your friend or not is if you have something good happen in your life. And if you, like, off rip, your natural instinct is to not tell them, then my house is talking. Because even the house knows, not the vibe.
What's something you consider a red flag when it comes to friendships? I'll go first because I have a lot. Being overly cheap. Like, cheap to the point that your friends are constantly having to pay for you. Like, your friends are not your ATM. No. Friends who don't get happy for you when something good happens. Like, they just get envious, jealous, mad. That's not a real friend. Independent people, you'll feel me on this, when they're too clingy and too dependent on you. Like, baby, I got things to do. It should not feel as draining. Friends who think that someone is not off limits for the sole reason that you never dated them. That's just disrespectful.
The reality of toxic friendships.
Is he cute crying? What is wrong with you?
It's because my cat passed away.
That's crazy. Either way, can we go shopping tomorrow?
You are generally so inconsiderate. I have a really bad migraine. Hey, turn off the lights, guys.
Oh, ow, my stomach.
What's wrong?
My stomach hurts really, really bad.
Did you eat? Do you need some water? I really hope you get better.
Thanks.
I made it to the dance team. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy.
Well, guess what? I made it to the dance team and I got solo.
I thought you didn't like dancing.
I'm still good at it, so.
I just got this shirt. How does it look on me?
If I was you, I'd go return it right now.
But I actually liked it.
Here are some friendship lessons I learned in my 20s. That girl who's obsessed with you, keep her away. She's not mentally well. If you have a falling out with someone and they don't take accountability for their actions, but after some time, they want to come back into your life and move on from what happened, don't be surprised if you have another falling out with them. If you have to constantly explain yourself to someone because they don't seem to understand you, they're probably not your people.
If your friend does any of these things, you should stop being friends with them. Number 1, if they're constantly trying to one-up you. especially in like a conversation setting. You're talking to someone else, you're telling them about your life, about your accomplishments, and they jump in and try to be like, yeah, I did that too, like blah blah blah. That kind of goes along with friends that try to make you look bad in front of boys. Any good friend is going to let you have your moment and kind of let you shine on your own. Number 2, if they make you feel like you have to hang out with them every single weekend, every single free day. I feel like everyone kind of has that best friend. You know they're always going to be there for you. You know they're always going to hang out with you. But personally, I feel like there needs to be a boundary set where it's like we don't hang out every single weekend. I have other friends. I have other things I have to do. Personally, my favorite friendships are the ones where you can go months without seeing them and everything will still be the same. Obviously, you still want to like make an effort to see them, but you know what I mean. Okay, next. If you start feeling like they're using you for your connections or your plans or your friends, you should probably distance yourself from that person. Another tip, you don't have to completely cut off a friend. You can always distance yourself or talk to them. These situations and tips I feel like are a little bit less obvious. There's obviously big things you should probably stay away from, but these are just little tiny little things that kind of lead to bigger issues, I feel like. Let me know if you want me to make this a series.
These are signs that your friendship is toxic. These things are not normal, so please do not get used to them. I used to think a lot of these things were normal until I grew out of the friendships, and I was like, oh my gosh. If you feel like they don't include you most of the time, it's because they're not including you. And if you repeatedly feel like that, like all the time, you need to leave. If a friend of yours ever gets mad that you're hanging out with new people, that is such a red flag. You should be able to have your own life and not have them get mad about it. If you feel like they are never happy for you, even when you have really good news, you're like scared to tell them, don't want to tell them. That is not a normal friendship. You will find friends who are going to be happy for you and are going to applaud you, be there for you, cheering you on. Not ones that make you feel weird about telling you good news. So
talk about 8 signs that they're a bad friend. As I get ready for the day, I'm at a point in my life where quality over quantity is so important to me. I only want friends in my life if we truly love each other and if it's such a positive relationship. So here are my 8 signs for you. Number 1, they don't openly communicate and they always bottle up their emotions and then explode on you. Here's the deal. I understand a lot of people aren't great communicators. However, it is so not fair to you if your friend is bottling up all these emotions and then fully just like exploding on you one day out of nowhere. I genuinely don't do the whole passive aggressive thing in friendships. If you have a problem with me, come to me, talk to me about it. Otherwise, I don't assume we have a problem because that's simply not like my problem. Number 2, they're never really there for you, even though you're always there for them when they need you. When your life takes a turn or you're really going through it, that's when you really find out who your true friends are, because they're going to be the ones that help pick you back up and are there for you. The one-sided transactional relationships will really start to show. Number 3, they lie to you in general. I'm sorry, but lying is my absolute no-no for anybody. I'm not friends with anybody that lies to me. Relationships are based off trust, and if you don't trust me enough to share your feelings with me, and I don't trust you enough because you lie to me, what's the point in our relationship? This Kosas press powder is insane, even though I literally shattered it. Number 4, you feel like you can't bring your significant other around this person because you feel like they're going to make a pass at them or just be flirty with them. Using the Makeup by Mario stick with a Sigma brush, the combination is like so stunningly natural. Number 5, they're never truly happy for you. They always seem to be like a little bit jealous. Your friends should literally be your support system. They should have your back. They should support you. They should be happy when you're happy. And if they're not, then something's clearly wrong. You should never feel like you're in a competition when you're in a friendship. That just gets so toxic and draining. Number 6, they don't want to include you in group settings because they're worried that other people are going to like you more than them. Again, the whole competition and insecurity thing is just so toxic and draining. Your friends should want to have you around and just like have other people get to know you because of how amazing you are. Number 7, they do the whole ghosting act. If your friend consistently just like doesn't respond to you, I just think they don't care enough about the friendship, because if they really wanted to respond, they would. Totally understanding that people are busy and people have shit to do, so if they don't respond, like sometimes, whatever. But if it's a consistent thing where they just like ghost you all the time, they like don't care. And number 8, they make every single story about them. What I mean by this is you're telling a story, whether it's with other people around or just you two, and they find a way to like spin it and make it about them. Like, babe, it wasn't about you. Some people actually do this like subconsciously, but you can tell when they actually are doing it just kind of to be the center of attention always and make everything about them. Also, this Kylie lip drip gloss, bomb. Anyways, make sure you value your friendships and your friends are valuing you. You deserve the world, babe. Mwah. Love you guys.
Here's what some people had to say in the comments. Friends who will vent for hours about their problems but will never listen when you want to talk about your own stuff. Also, constantly changing the convo onto themselves and disregarding what you're saying to them. I've lost a lot of friends from the smallest disagreements, and I will go the extra mile to communicate, and they just cut me off. Why after all the memories? When you stop reaching out first and then you just never hear from them again.